Hello, everybody. How's it going? Stevie B here from Production Music Academy. Very excited to be back on YouTube. It's been a little while. Just making sure that levels are all good here. Make sure you let me know if you can hear me loud and clear in the stream comments. Come say hello if you are tuning in. Just checking up on vitals here. Willem, welcome. Good to see you. Alexandra's in the stream. Welcome. Squadron Beats, thanks for joining us. Loud and clean? Great. Awesome. Okay, I'm very excited for this challenge. Yeah, there's a lot going on over here. Chad, how's it going? Good to see you, bud. Yeah, this is a cool one. I got, I think, 9 submissions for this challenge, and I was worried it was going to be not too many, just because summer is just such a crazy time for everybody, and I know everyone's is preoccupied with vacations, taking time off, that kind of thing. Myself included. Just came back from a little vacation myself, and I'm feeling very refreshed and ready to get back into the YouTube game. Gotta step away from it once in a while. Jason, welcome. Good to see you. All right, glad you guys are here. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I got a big pile of work for the day, so don't want to drag this on any longer than about an hour and a half, like I usually do. So let me just jump right into it. So yeah, welcome to the monthly Academy Showcase stream. We are going to be showcasing the submissions for June's challenge, which was to create a demo reel of your best work. So a demo reel, is something that you could feature on your website, most likely, and the idea is to give potential clients a really solid idea of what you're capable of as a composer and or music producer. So first of all, actually, I want to thank Academy member Paul Marsh, who brought this idea for a challenge to me a while back. And it's a great idea. And it's the first time that we've done a challenge that wasn't directly musical composition focused. So it's something a little different this time around. And I personally love this challenge because I've been wanting to do a bit of housekeeping on my own demo reel for well over a year now. So it's been out of date. And so I spent a couple hours yesterday updating it, and I'll show that to you guys a bit later. One concern that comes up a lot when creating a demo reel, and this is especially the case for composers and music producers who are just kind of starting out, and I know a lot of the members in the Academy would be in that position. The problem is often that they don't have much or any professional work to highlight in a reel, and this really shouldn't be an obstacle for creating a demo reel. And in fact, I was actually digging up old clips of mine yesterday when I was working on my own reel updates, and I came across my original demo reel from 2016. When I had literally zero professional work to my name, and this reel is what I posted on my website back in the day. And just to give you a sense of what a difference like 5 or 6 years of devotion to music production, composing can make, I'm going to play those back to back for you today, and it's pretty interesting. I had a good laugh watching my original reel. It's just it's not bad. It's just it's just very different. And I use stock footage, like a lot of you guys did, and that's great. Some of you guys used stock footage. Some of you used like scoring competition footage. One of the members used some footage from QTube, which I'll talk about in a second. But you got to use what you can use. If you don't have any professional work, it's all good. You can still showcase your compositions. So anyway, before I show you guys that, as always, I'm going to showcase the members' work first. So yeah, just catching up on the comments. Who do we got in here? Andreas, hello, welcome. Good to see you. James is here. How's it going, man? Wish. Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for joining. All right, I'm stoked that you guys are here with me today. This is great. Anyway, updates on my end. There's not a whole lot going on with me. I've been pretty absent from YouTube lately and on social media in general for the most part. I just think that summer is a really great time to take a breather from the grind of YouTube. Summer is obviously a great time to take a break from work for obvious reasons. It's nice out and all that. But yeah, I just came back from a little vacation. Like I said, with my wife, we went down to Cannon Beach in Oregon, which is just like this most stunningly beautiful place. We celebrated our 1 year of being married. So that was fun. And yeah, gonna get back to the hustle here basically. Since this Monday, I've just been doing long days, and it's good. It's good to be back. I guess engagement is kind of low overall, like engagement on YouTube and on like in the academy too. It's a bit low right now, which is totally understandable. So it's a good time to do like housekeeping. I've been doing a lot of that in the academy, just trying to like tie up some loose ends, update old stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It's nice to take a little step back from the insane hustle of creating like a YouTube video each week, which is really difficult to do. Anyone who is a YouTuber out there, you guys know it's a lot of work. But yeah, in terms of composing, nothing has slowed down at all. I'm still writing, lots of music, writing a lot for Artlist, for my various publishers, for my band. We got some gigs coming up, and it's pretty much full steam ahead on that front. Production Music Academy membership is the highest it's ever been. Folks are really enjoying the new mixing course, which just went live a few weeks ago. Let me know in the comments if you guys have taken it, if you have any thoughts on it. Love to get some feedback from you. And yeah, like I said, just been doing a lot of housekeeping in the academy, updating older material and that kind of thing. But for those of you tuning in and who aren't familiar with the academy, check out productionmusicacademy.com if you're interested in joining. Yeah, you can take part in these fantastic challenges, and I will showcase your work. Speaking of which, let's get into it. I said I would get into it, and here I am blabbing away. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay, testing the view here. Does this work? Oh, got the wrong one. Okay, who's up first? Hold on one second. Okay, we have Alan Kasich up first. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry, guys. I meant to say one quick note. Check out QTube. Let me see if I can pull this up on the browser here. This is something I forgot to mention for this challenge, and I really should have. But if you're looking for footage to use for your reel, I actually don't have like a membership to this, but one of the members Frodo, who submitted something for today, brought this up, and I'd heard about this before, and this would be a great resource, especially for those of you who are like trying to get into film scoring and stuff like that. There's tons of footage that you can use for your reels, and yeah, something worth checking out. They have a Discord you can join, and I'm not sure even if it's paid or not. Someone maybe can let me know in the comments if you know. But anyway, yeah, that's the resources that I didn't mention. I mentioned using pexels.com, like stock footage and stuff like that, but this might be a lot better. Anyway. Okay, Alan is up first. We're going to take a look at Alan's reel. Here we go. Nice. Great job, Alan. Um, yeah, there's so much that I like about this reel. I think you're one of the few, or maybe the only person who consistently used like still images for the reel. And I think normally I would be wary of doing that just because obviously like video is a little bit more exciting to watch, but for like one of the things that struck me about this reel is that the images all really suit the tracks that you put under, and like the font and the layout and everything looks very professional, looks really nicely. It's just easy to look at. I'm curious if these images are AI images. They look I just asked because I noticed that in this one particular, the logo on the top of the building looks kind of AI-ish. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Some of these AI images are like so cool. And there's consistency across the images too. Like it all looks like it came from the same place, or if it was an artist, it looked like it came from the same brush. You know what I mean? So I just like the consistency across the board here. There's a diversity in your musical selection, which is great, and all the tracks are awesome. So 2 thumbs up, man. And also, nice little touch, which I think is so important, is and it's so subtle, but it's that slow, gradual zooming out of each image, just to create a little bit of movement, so that it's not too stagnant to watch. I think that was a really important thing that you did. And like I said, I would normally be wary of using like still images, but in this case, you really pulled it off. You did a great job. Just catching up with the comments here. Jason says, I'm 75% done with the fluid mix. A lot of stuff finding very, oh, that's great. I'm glad you're finding it useful. Oh, thanks, Willem. Appreciate that. Hey, Signature Music Service. Welcome. Hey, Nicola. Willem says, Alan did a great job. So different, and it looks coherent and professional. Absolutely agree. Love the quality music, and also that apart from the name of the songs, have useful descriptions. Yeah, totally. Great. Oh, by the way, Alan has a website. We'll check that out. I think it's just alankasich.com. Let me double check that. Yeah, let's check that out. Oh yeah. See, I love this. Right away, I just get. I love when there's a big, huge image, um, just to capture the personality, like right off the bat. This is exactly what I would want to see in a website. This is great, Alan. With a little header here, fantastic. And there you go, Alan in his element. See, like that looks super professional, just really well put together, simple, easy to look at, and hopefully, yeah, there's the demo reel right there. That's great. And a contact. I mean, websites just can be so effective, and just by sheer simplicity. Not a huge bit here, just like right to the point. Yeah, this is great stuff, man. Awesome. Okay, well, thanks so much, Alan. We are going to move on to the next submission here. This is next one's from Willem. Willem, you're up. Okay. Let's get out of here and bring up Willem's. Okay, so before I start this, let me just pause that. Can I increase the size here? Yes. I was going to full screen it, but that'll mess things up. Okay, so Willem sent me some notes as well. Willem says, I'm so grateful for this challenge. I don't have a lot to show yet, but the whole process made me think about what I would like to add to this reel in the future, and therefore provided me with a clearer picture of where I want to put my focus as a composer going forward. I want to be known as a diverse composer that can capture the mood of a scene, irrespective of musical genre. I am aware that I need a lot more experience and produce a lot more music before I can claim this, but then again, I'm just starting out. However, I hope that this demo reel already shows something along that line. I can't wait for the live feed. Great. Okay, cool. Thank you for sending that over. Willem, let's check this out. Here we go. Nice. Oh, that's great. That's so cool, man. Um, the first thing I want to say is I just love how this starts off. This is this like vintage footage. Is that your own family footage? That's so cool. This is and the music that underscores this footage is just really beautiful. It's awesome. Totally captured my attention right away. And yeah, like a nice flow to everything altogether. The titles look really nice, by the way. Like at the end here, I really like that. And it's cool. It shows a really interesting diversity going from this kind of like cinematic score to the hip hop thing. And what's cool about it is that the hip hop track, the lo-fi track that you're using, has a kind of cinematic touch to it as well. So I think you kind of thread like a common ground between this score and the lo-fi track, even though they're totally different genres. There seem to be like a continuity there, which is really cool. This is fantastic, man. For like a first reel, this is great. This is like a million times better than what I came up with on my first go around. So yeah, well done, Well done, Willem. This is great to see. And yeah, you did mention a website, I believe. Or no, sorry, maybe there was no website. Let me just check. Yeah, so there's no website yet, but you mentioned that you're working on it, and that's going to be obviously something that you'd want to put on a website. Absolutely. Just checking with the comments here. That was taken by my grandfather. He's now 93. That's fantastic, man. Very cool. What year was it? Looks like it was maybe like 60s or 70s. Yeah, that's super cool. I love that it added a very personal touch to the reel. So that was really well done there. Okay. Late 50s. Wow. Commercial flight in the late 50s. So cool. That's like the glory days. um, okay, cool. So next up we have Andreas. Okay, very excited to show you this reel from Andreas. And Andreas does not have a website, but he is on YouTube as at Andreas Kogel Creator. So just a heads up there. Check out his YouTube page. Am I on the right screen here? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Andreas Kogel. Here we go. Oh, sorry. My bad.
Du kennst mein dance without a care. Shake your body, feel the rhythm take control. We're gonna party all night, let the guitars roll. No worries, no stress, just pure ecstasy. Come on now, baby, set your spirit free. To the left, to the right, let your body flow. Feel the music pulse, let your inhibitions go. And 4. Here we go. Hey.
Everybody needs true love. Give a little more. True love. Love is all we need.
Damn. Andreas, is there an instrument that you don't play? Multi-talented Andreas Kogel creator. Very, very cool, man. I had so many thoughts. So many thoughts. Okay, well, first of all, great stuff. And I think that, yeah, initially when you sent me a reel to take a peek at like a couple weeks back, and I mentioned trimming it down a little bit. I think the initial one was quite long. I can't remember how much you shaved off of it, but it still feels, I think it's relatively on the long side, like compared to the other submissions. I don't think that there's like, necessarily like a right or wrong way to, in terms of time or whatever. I think under 5 minutes is probably a good time for a reel. Personally, like, my reel, I think it's less than 3 minutes, or might be a little bit more. I don't remember, but I think short and sweet is good. I get almost the sense that you could make 2 reels out of this, and make them like a little bit more themed. What I like about this reel is that there's so much diversity, not only in the footage, but in the music and the approach. And you get huge bonus points, by the way, for adding these clips, which actually show you playing. And I think you're the only person who did this. And so that's really unique and original. And I love that you're in this clip, for example, and then towards the end here, you're really imparting a sense of your personality and your artistry to whoever's watching. And I think that is really special. To have that kind of like connection, and yeah, I think I almost wonder if you could make 2 like reels, like one where you're showing yourself playing a little bit more and showing your construction process. It's like a little bit more personal, almost like a YouTube video, and another where you're using different kinds of footage. I think when we were speaking earlier, I mentioned that like I really liked the tracks. Like another thing that you do a lot that a lot of other folks don't is that you write a lot of vocal driven material, which is really cool. I mean, we focus so heavily on instrumental stuff in the Academy, and a lot of the challenges that you participated in, you write these incredible vocal driven tracks, which is just so cool. And I was suggesting, almost like maybe you can make a reel that's just focusing on your demo, on your vocal stuff, and another that's kind of showing like a more personal side of you playing instruments and stuff. That's just an idea. I'm not saying that that's what you should do or shouldn't do, but like that's what I was sort of thinking in this video, is just because it's a bit on the long side, not too long, but like I almost feel like you could split it into two separate reels in a way. But I don't know what do you guys think in the comments. I also think that like there's no right or wrong way to do these kinds of things, and in a way, it's cool to just show a ton of diversity in one video too. So it's hard for me to be critical. I mean, there's no like, you know, quote unquote rules when it comes to creating a demo reel. So I think it's just a place it's just something you can be super creative with, and just have a lot of fun with. And clearly that's what you did here, Andreas. So thanks for sharing that, man. It's just super cool. Just going to catch up with the comments here. Yeah, Alexandra says, I like the diversity of styles. Totally. Super talented composer indeed. Steve's reel is 2:30. Okay, there you go. I like the work. Andreas says he likes the idea of making 2 videos. Yeah, just a thought. Just a thought. Cool. Well, that's fantastic. I'm really glad you sent that over, man. And yeah, let's move on to the next submission, which is from Ninian Valenta, otherwise known as Frodo, longtime member of the Academy, longtime Patreon member before there was an Academy. Really, really excited to show you guys what Frodo came up with here. I'm not sure Frodo's in the stream, but if he is, then hope you're doing well. And there you are. Okay, so maybe I'll just share some of Frodo's thoughts here. Okay, so from Ninian, it's a really cool idea to have a slightly different challenge this month. And luckily, I've been building my demo reel anyway over the last few months. I also just updated my website since you said that's an optional part of the challenge. Yeah, I'll showcase your website in a second. And I've sent you a link for that too. Feel free to showcase both, however you want on the stream. Cool. I feel like my demo reel could use another rework before I'm fully happy with it. It feels like the clips are a tad too lengthy at this point and could be a bit more fast paced, but I'm no video expert, so maybe you can judge that a bit better. I mean, you know, I'm no video expert either, really. So it's hard for me to judge. But anyway, a bit of context on my reel. This is again from Frodo. I've only included one track that was composed for an actual client. It's the very first one, but since that one was composed for a live show, I hired a video cutter to edit some of the stock footage and sound effects from Artlist under the song. The rest of the clips are resources I did as an exercise from the website QTube, which is a great resource of unscored clips for that specific purpose. So yeah, thanks again, Frodo, for reminding me about the resource that is QTube. Something to check out. Okay, let's check out this reel, and then we'll check out the website.
Project Fun Guys in a Forest. Get it? Because we're a group of fun guys and also fun guys. Shush! That's Elo Wagtail, and she's in distress. There, my little Montecilla flower. Oh, look at her go. Wow.
Out of the way, Dork One. We're camping here.
Finally. Time to get that barbecue burning.
Guys? Guys?
for leaf and stone. You picked the wrong camping spot. Spray them!
So, how's the dump?
What dump? Nothing.
What the hell is that? What? Did you see that? Are they heading to the bathroom? Oh. Dude, what the hell kind of dump did you leave them in there? I mean, I've heard of giant dumps before. It's ridiculous. Who's coming in next SWAT with gas masks?
Okay, I was in there, and then Janice came in, and he was going crazy, and he was beating on the door, and then I think he slipped and fell in the next stall.
And you just left him in there?
Yeah, but it was more complicated than that. He had a weapon.
A weapon?
Yeah, well, a walker, but it was like a dangerous walker with projectile tennis balls.
You just left your handicapped boss laying on the ground? John, what is wrong with you?
I didn't know he was handicapped. What was I supposed to do? He was like screaming at me with that voice. You heard him, right? And then I think he's gonna kill me, man. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Oh, God.
To humans, it's a playground. A highway. A larder. From the frozen oceans of the north to the warmer equatorial waters.
Nice. Nice. I love how you like trailerized your own demo reel here with that like extra like finisher at the end. That's perfect with the title. That's awesome, man. Wow, dude. Wow. Like I mean, I think to your question about, or not, I mean, I don't know if it was a question, but your comment about the length of the clips. I suppose I don't know if I would have felt like the clips were too lengthy if it weren't for the fact that the footage is so compelling, and the music is fantastic. I mean, you did a really, really good job on all of these clips. The music is just wonderful. It's really, really cool to hear the diversity, and there's definitely like, you know, a theme, you know, of orchestration and you know, symphonic approach that kind of threads everything together, which is fantastic. And it really runs like through the gamut of emotions here, you know, from intense to you know, to and even comical, and you know, I love this clip too, by the way. So
Into the bathroom?
Oops.
Oh. Dude, what the hell kind of dump did you leave them in there? I mean,
so anyway, yeah, I mean, it's just so good. I think maybe the clips are like perhaps a bit too long in some parts. I mean, I think if it were my reel, I would probably shorten them a little. But that being said, it definitely didn't feel like it was dragging, like I said, just because there was this, yeah, there's this like, you know, each of the clips is just really good. It's engaging. It's very, very engaging. So that was cool to see. Just checking the comments here. So well scored. Yeah, absolutely. Super professional. Willem says, my only critique is that the inspiration text breaks down a bit the professionalism. I would leave that out. Okay. And Squadron Beats, I used that exact clip over a hard trap battle beat. Cool. Sample the Swedish choir. Nice. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, thanks so much, Frodo. Appreciate you sending that over. And that's fantastic. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. We got to check out Frodo's website. Let's do that. NinianValenta.com. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, nice. Looks pretty slick. This looks like a Squarespace website. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, demo reel right up front. That's great. Got some brands to show. It's really, really nice. Oh, there's the picture in the background. Ninian playing guitar. Dope. Little about section. Fantastic. Nice. Yeah, great. Soundtracks, advertising, playlists. More playlists. This looks great, man. We got another... oh, more videos. Fantastic. This is awesome. This is awesome. I'm a big fan of putting like the personal picture like up front and center. I mean, I think that if there's one thing I would say is like replace this background picture with that, but or something similar, just to kind of personalize it a bit more. But yeah, I'm not here to critique your website. This is great. We're looking at demo reels, not websites. Mostly. I guess the website was part of this challenge, but it was an optional part of the challenge. This is a great website. Cool. Okay, next up. Alexandra. Let me just grab your notes here. Okay, so Alexandra says, my composer reel is a compilation of scoring projects, which I'm showcasing on my website. All the videos are made out of stock footage. I would love to hear your feedback, and maybe you could also share some tips on how to find custom clients. Definitely. Okay. Also, here's my website. And thanks to Mr. Paul Marsh for this great challenge. Yeah, absolutely. So let's check out Alexandra's demo reel first. Here we go. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, there's so much that, okay. First of all, like the one thing I want to point out about this reel is that there's such a strong theme. Like, you know, it's like not jumping all over the place. It's very like well branded. You did an amazing job. And by the way, it's actually quite difficult, I think, to make something really compelling and interesting with stock footage. I don't know if where you got the stock footage from, maybe let me know in the comments. But it's difficult to grab. I mean, some of this stock footage, or at least like free stuff, like from Pexels and everything, it's decent, but it's not always like amazing. But there's this theme of like intrigue and darkness that persists across the entire reel, which I love so much. It's just so well branded. It's like totally like, it's a statement. It's, you're saying like, here's my brand. This is what I'm really good at. And it works really well for this, this type of footage. It's all within like a very specific lane, and there is some diversity in the music too. But it's just very, very well crafted, very, very well crafted. I love it. I love it. And the tracks that you used were great. Also, one other thing I wanted to point out is the clip length and the song length. Like that felt right on point for me. I really don't know if in the context of a reel, if each clip really needs to be that long. People just, I think that's a way of keeping it engaging, is just moving on to the next like 30 seconds or whatever, even less of each track. That's just my style. Like I like doing things that way, and you did that here, and it's very fast paced and engaging. And so, fantastic job, Alexandra. This is a great reel, and I'm hoping that you put this on your website, because that is great. I would be totally stoked to see that as a client. Just pulling up your website here. AlexandraPandia.com. Nice. Great. And even the website itself, like, immediately feels in line with the brand of the style of the demo reel. So that's great. There's like a bit of mystery and darkness to it. And yeah, you got a couple different video projects, a playlist. Oh, I see you got the Academy Scoring Challenge from last year, the 80s one. That's fantastic. Great. About section at the bottom. Awesome. Totally. 2 thumbs up. This is great. Okay, I'm just checking the comments. What do you guys think? Great work, great production. Totally. I like the quick changes in the range of music. Yeah, totally. Agree. Very well edited. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. So glad you sent me something for this challenge, Alexandra. This is awesome. And okay, let's see who's next. Who is next? Jason, you're up. Okay, let me figure out where things are here. There we go. Jason Stiglitz. Let's check this out. Oh, sorry. Jason sent me some notes here first. Oh, sorry. You know what? Excuse me, Jason. I forgot that Alexandra had mentioned she wanted a bit of some tips on how to find custom clients. I'll try to make this quick because I want to keep things moving here. But I did want to add a point that I think in terms of finding custom work, it really is as simple as just putting yourself out there and asking for it. Ask and you shall receive. It's really that simple. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's easy. I think it just takes a lot of persistence and reaching out to people personally and developing close relationships with them. If you are in a city or in a populated area where there might be actual film composers, videographers, people like that who you can meet, I totally recommend going to go meet. And there's nothing like meeting somebody in person and making a first impression. I mean, I don't know. I got my first professional work just sending an email though. I didn't go out to schmooze with anybody at some kind of live event. I just sent an email. It was as simple as that. And they got back to me a long time after I sent them, and they were just like, and we started working on something, and it wasn't like a professional gig. We worked on something together collaboratively and developed a friendship. And then down the line, when that same person needed an actual score to be done, she thought of me, and that one thing led to another. So it's one of those things where I think it just takes a long time, and just cold calling people or sending out emails and just being like, asking people let's put it this way. I think you can't just approach people and be like, I'd like to work with you, or you can say that, but you don't want to be asking too much of somebody when you first make contact. You really want to just be focusing on developing friendships with people. And I think that the best way to do that is by offering something. And like, I totally there's people out there who are like, never work for free or anything like that. That's total BS. I would totally work for free for somebody if it felt like it would be something that would be building towards creating rapport, or building a friendship with somebody. Like I worked for free like just recently. My friend is just getting into animation, and he sent me something, and he's like, can you score something like to this? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. This is my buddy, and we had a friendship ahead of that. But maybe someday in like years from now, he's going to be a part of a big project, and there's going to be a budget, and he's going to be like, my buddy Steve will do it, because I've worked with him before, and just those kinds of things. You're planting seeds. I think you want to plant seeds and build friendships, and that's the best way to get professional work. So, sorry, hopefully that wasn't too much of a rant, but that's my 2 cents. Okay, Jason, sorry, getting back to you. Jason says, I found this challenge to be wonderfully frustrating. I've had a minimum amount of experience editing videos to music, so there were a lot of things to learn and unexpected decisions to be made. With this maiden voyage, I think I successfully sailed around the island and made it back to the port, not in record time or in the finest of form. Still, I learned a lot, feel much more confident about the next outing, and enjoyed it quite a bit. Awesome. I decided to go with tracks that all fit a somewhat similar vibe, and went with some softer numbers. They show some range, but there are no jarring juxtapositions. Cool. Any advice is greatly appreciated. Thanks for putting it together. Awesome. My pleasure. Let's do this. Here we go. Nice. Awesome work, Jason. Yeah, this is great. Like, I think that the okay. Well, first of all, the track selection, awesome. Everything feels like it makes sense. The flow makes sense from clip to clip. The clips that you used are great. I feel like I recognize actually some of these. I think I've used some of these clips before in my own course introductions. I feel like I use this one for like a Halloween track or something like that. Anyway, they're great. They're great. This totally all makes sense to me. I think there's one small little point of feedback that I would make, and it's really simple. I think it's something you could fix super easily. Hopefully, you still have this session in like the film video editor that you used, but I would probably just recommend a slightly longer fade out and fade in from one track to the next. And I just noticed that in a few of the transitions from these clips, like it's a very quick like fade and it feels a bit abrupt. I don't know if we can just like check an example, but like, let's check the end of this clip. Do you know what I mean? Like just like a slightly longer tail to dip out from that energy, and then slightly more of like a fade in into the clip. The actual like visually, like the transitions are fine, I think, but I feel like you could cross those tracks as a crossfade in a little bit longer. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's the only thing that I would mention. I like the titles too. Everything looks really great and sounds great. So nice work. Just checking the comments here. Hopefully I'm still live here. I feel like my computer's abruptly. I got a weird notification. Yeah, hopefully everything's all right. Let me know if I'm still broadcasting here. Okay, moving on. Who be next? We got... Oh, Jason, do you have a website? I can't remember. No, I don't think so. If you do, and I missed it, let me know in the comments. Okay, next up is Mr. Paul Marsh. Okay, Jason still hears and sees me. Great. Cool. Thanks again, Jason. And let's check out what we got here from Paul Marsh. And Paul sent me some notes. Rather than showing off my full range, I made this reel mostly about my trailer music. Cool. So another themed reel. I like that. That is my specialty and what I want to promote most of all right now. Cool. I used Clipchamp for the film editing, which I found really easy to pick up. Oh, cool. I never heard of Clipchamp. That's cool. So most of the footage I used was from past scoring competitions, although I didn't actually use the scores from them, just the footage. And I synced the footage to the tracks I had made independently. I asked Sonya Score and Heaviosity for permission to use the clips, and they were fine with it, and I gave them credit. Cool. And aside from that, I used Pexel's stock footage, no AI. There is one scoring example at the end for the Heaviosity Vocalize 3 rescore competition. I might clean this up a bit after the challenge. I might spend more time syncing the hit points to the music up to the footage in standard trailer fashion, and hopefully get some better footage, but it's a start. Awesome. Okay, excited to check this one out. And again, big props to Paul for bringing this idea to the table for a challenge. Here we go. Wow. What a badass reel. That's just killer, Paul. Man, yeah, I can't speak highly enough of all these trailer tracks that you're writing. They're just kick-ass, man. Super cool. Super cool. A very, very compelling reel, from start to finish. The footage obviously is just, perfect, for the music that you're adding, and the music is super high quality. The only thought that, that came to mind really, while watching it, is that I feel like sometimes there's like for me, just visually, there's sometimes like a disconnect between these like wide shots and these vertical shots. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't feel like that's a big deal, and it's not a big deal. But I just feel like I would, on a visual level, it would be nice to have the consistency of the wide shots. I'm not sure about those vertical ones. That was my literally only thought. A tiny little thing, and it's like a visual thing, So that being said, that aside, on a musical level, this totally and completely, demonstrates your ability as a composer, as a trailer composer, and without a doubt, like, I would be absolutely stoked to see this as a client, as a potential client. So I love the diversity in terms of trailer styles too. Going from like hip hop style trailer music to just like straight up, hybrid orchestral. That's also great. So it's not like, all these trailer tracks all sound the same. There's a lot of diversity within the genre too. So it's really cool that you represented that. Again, I don't know about the vertical stuff. What do you guys think? Is it not that, maybe it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. Maybe it actually is kind of like interesting to see that transition, but, anyway, this is the coolest. The way the footage here to end the vocalized trailer, this is really cool too, by the way. Fantastic. Let me, just check out Paul's website real quick. There you go. It's a Wix website. Cool. We got Paul on the front here. Little about film, game trailers. Awesome. This looks good, man. This looks good. Little playlist. Oh, yes. Sweet. So there's some other video work here too. This is from the Bridgerton scoring competition by the looks of it. From the scoring the NASA space launch, that might have been the Academy Challenge and a contact. Great, man. It's great. There seems to be quite a gap here beneath your, just a tiny little thing I'm noticing. Almost feel like there should be like a demo reel right here between this picture and the work. But anyway, that's fantastic, man. Thanks so much, Paul. Next up, I should catch up in the comments. What's going on here? Yeah, Nicola says, great job. Not all the clips were 1920 yet. Alexandra also used Clipchamp to make the reel. Cool. I've never heard of that one. Great music, absolutely. Alan says, I love the energy and also well mixed. A kid once said to me that if you don't like the vertical video, then you're giving away your age. That might be true. Okay, moving on. Next up, we have Emmanuel. Emmanuel Ariza Ballo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that last name correctly. Probably not. My apologies. Manuel says, I forgot about this challenge until the last day, but managed to make this video in a few hours with video from Pexels. And I'll be making my website later. Awesome. Okay, let's check it out. Here we go. Nice ending there. Yeah, it's a beautiful work, Emmanuel, and great to see the musical diversity here. This has a nice flow to it. There's a few thoughts I had. Like I feel like there's maybe some transitions that could be maybe just like a bit smoother. Was it this one that I was thinking like the clip ends like a bit abruptly, and then there's a bit of like yeah, like that fade just feels like a bit like it could be a bit smoother or something like that. I'm not sure. It's interesting to see the way that everyone approached the fade from one track to another. And it's actually really kind of difficult to get it right. I spent a lot of time like messing around trying to get those fades right in my own reel. And it can be tricky. Because like in this case, Emmanuel did quite like a long fade between songs. And sometimes I almost felt like it was a bit too long. Like I would have liked just a quicker transition. And yeah, it's tough to know what's too long and what's too short. But and also, yeah, one other thing I would mention is that like I like the clips that you're using that are like more active. And I think that obviously some of your tracks here that you're using are like pretty mellow, and that's cool. And for like this is an example of like where I felt like the reel made sense. The video felt like it was well suited to the music. Like there's some energy there, and like, you know, we're seeing somebody running. There's like this. It feels active, and there's other parts where like I, for example, like I appreciated the continuity between these clips with the TV and stuff like that, but they're very, you know, there's not a lot of action going on, and I'm not saying that all your clips have to be action packed or anything like that, but I think that it does help to have some movement in the clips. And you know, this is like a mellow tune if I remember correctly, but it's nice. It's still got like, you know, some energy, and it would have been, I think it would be cool to see that to more, I don't know, active footage, maybe. I don't know if active is the right word, but like, yeah, I think you know what I'm saying. But yeah, overall, great stuff. And thanks so much for sending it over, Emmanuel. This is fantastic. I'm not sure if I've featured any of your submissions from the Academy thus far. Maybe I have, but it's been a while. So anyway, I'm hoping you're enjoying being part of the community. And yeah, awesome stuff. Okay. Fade without black. Oh, Emmanuel's here. Sorry, I didn't see you in the stream before. Yeah, I agree. Was battling with DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, that's what I use too now as well. And I'm still getting used to it. I was using Premiere Pro for the longest time, and then I realized, like, why am I paying for Premiere Pro when I can use DaVinci Resolve for free, and it does everything else. It does everything that Premiere Pro does. Yeah, if anyone is getting into video editing, by the way, don't pay for Premiere Pro. It's so expensive. Adobe. Anyway, who's up next? We got Nick Lovell up next from Sound Jam Studios. Okay, so let me pull up Nick's reel here. So Nick wrote, all but one of the tracks on this show reel was produced as a result of either one of your courses, a previous Academy challenge, or a YouTube episode from your channel. That's awesome. So huge thanks for helping me out in so many areas of music production. Videos used were a mixture of Pixabay and Pond 5. If you have time on the live stream, 3 things I'd like to know your thoughts on. Okay, let me get back to that. Your questions in a second. Let's check out your reel first. Yeah, really, really good job, Nick. Fantastic work. I think that the transitions between tracks feel really nice, visually, and just like the way that they're fading in and out of each other. Some of the clips feel like considerably shorter than others. I wonder if maybe like this reggae clip, for example, I think it was pretty short. And then I think maybe like your first track, like this trailer, epic trailer thing, which is super cool, by the way, but it was like a bit longer. It was like on up to about 30 seconds. And some of these clips were definitely under 30 seconds. So there's maybe a bit of like inconsistency there. I think it's nice to have, I mean, I don't know, like I said, there's no rules, right? But like, I think it's nice to have some time consistency between clips. If you can, it doesn't have to be like, right on the second or anything like that. But I think, yeah, just something I noticed is like one clip here is like almost 35 seconds. And then some of your other ones are pretty short. This cake clip made me super hungry too, by the way. I'm going to go eat some breakfast as soon as we're finished here. Look at that. Look at how yummy that is. Yeah, Nick, this is awesome. Okay, so let's get to your questions. So first question, I put the genre names on the top left. I didn't know what to use for the foodie type video, so I just used fun. Yeah, I feel like you could, and you mentioned, is there a better description for this? I think so. I mean, I would put, because if you're using genres, then, I don't know, relaxation, fun. I don't know. It works, but these are like, it's not really, relaxation isn't a genre either. Inspirational, these are more just like adjectives for the type of music. So yeah, epic trailer, going to inspirational. Yeah, like if I was saying like epic trailer, which is more of like a genre type word, then I would maybe say inspirational trailers. Like some consistency here would be good. And then go to meditation, relaxation maybe. And then if you're going to stick with the genre words, then maybe say like could be like chill pop or something like that. I don't know. What else you got here? And then yeah, you have reggae, which is just a straight up genre. Holiday, Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. There's a better word out there than fun. I'm not sure exactly what I would call it, but maybe like if you're going to start with a genre word, I would say like pop. That felt like a pop track to me. Number 2, do you think the layout of the genre in the top left, my name, and the website in the bottom right covers everything? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a stickler for like where things land in the actual frame. The way you have it looks nice to me. I like that the website is in the bottom right. I wouldn't put my own website in my reel because the demo reel is specifically for my website. So there's no real point in like, it just feels redundant. If you're going to post this demo reel outside your website, then it makes sense. And number 3, people favor video, some favor YouTube for show reels. I remember ages ago researching why, and from memory, there are pros and cons with both. I think ads can be turned off in video and it may look more professional, although the audience is a lot smaller than YouTube's. What are your thoughts? Okay, this is a really good question, actually, because I struggled with this in a way yesterday because I was going to embed my demo reel via Vimeo, which I did previously, onto my website. And the reason for that is exactly like you mentioned, is like I didn't want people to have to endure ads when they click on a YouTube embedded video on my website. And what I ended up doing was just using the native Squarespace player, video player, on my website, so that people are 100% not going to see ads. Because when I went to log into my Vimeo account, which I haven't done in years, then I noticed that they've like stripped back the amount of video that you can upload there on a free account. So neither were working out for me, and luckily I was able to just use the Squarespace native player, which made the most sense, I think, for my website. So hopefully that answers your question. I think Vimeo, is probably the way to go if you have a paid account and you don't want people to see the ads. I think people see ads even if it's a YouTube unlisted video that's being embedded into your website. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comments and let me know. So that's that's that. I think that's it. Nick, you were the last one. So I'll show you guys. Oh yeah, thank you, Nick, by the way. And let's check out Nick's website. Let's creep on his website here, soundjamstudios.com. Let's check that out quickly. All right, nice. Like the dials. You need a picture of yourself, man. Let's show the world your beautiful face for all to see right here. That's what you need. Just say that right off the bat. Music for media, but everything else looks good. Got a little about section. Cool. Show reel. I'm a big fan of like having like the demo reel or like any kind of like music or video and stuff just being right on the homepage. That's just the, my little thing. I don't like making anybody click to see stuff. Just one little thought. I don't know if but like you could have like extra stuff here, but like maybe on your home, like embed one of those videos right into the home, right into the front page. Bio, cool. Got the music. Oh, nice. You got your Pond 5 and your Audio Jungle catalog up here on the website. And contact. Yeah, looks good, man. Looks good. Again, love to see a picture of you though. Okay, so thanks again, Nick. And let me just check on the comments. Alexandra says, I got the same craving for cheesecake by watching this. Yeah, totally. Okay, so let me show you guys my demo reel from 7 years ago. This is from 2016. And this is, when I was just starting to get into licensing music. This is kind of before I got any scoring contracts or anything like that. And I had just started working for a library, and man, it was almost like triggering listening to these tracks earlier today or last night when I found this old reel. I thought I'd deleted this ages ago, but it was so funny listening to this because I remember I put so much work into these tracks, and these are tracks that don't exist on Audio Jungle or anything. I actually sold these tracks to the library directly, and I was paid 400 USD per track, which at the time I was like stoked on. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna write 3 of these a day and get rich. And I obsessed over these damn songs. And they don't sound bad. They sound a little unrefined compared to what I do today, of course, but they, they are what they are. And I did get paid for them, which at the time, which was very exciting. So, and then I think there's one of my band tracks in there too. Anyway, here it is. And I used stock footage. And at the time, I don't think that there was a Pexels at the time that I did this, or at least if there was very little in the way of free stock footage out there to use. So here you go. Enjoy. Yeah, so this track here at the very end and the one at the very beginning were both tracks that I sold to the library. Those are the first licensing tracks I ever wrote, and the rest of it is like this, from my band. I didn't even mix this or anything like that. This is before I knew really what I was doing, so I kind of snuck that into my reel to kind of round it out a little bit, but. Yeah, this is it is what it is. So this is the reel that I worked on yesterday and updated, and I just posted it on my website.
When we Tibetans, when we think about tsampa, it's not just, something that we eat. It has such cultural significance for our people.
I think we're all energy existing outside of space and time.
And I saw Wes on the island.
You went to the island?
Am I going crazy?
No, we did this. We drove up here, we fell in love, and we stayed.
Is this real? Is it energy?
I'll be back tomorrow afternoon.
They who were left behind are singing lamentations in the night.
Nobody wanted anything to do with it, but they were wrong.
What they were doing was so radical and dangerous, it was hard not to notice these guys.
We'd all be high-fiving, laughing, smoking pot like crazy, and going riding.
They were actually using the mountain in mountain biking.
So much blood everywhere, all over the trails.
A spectacular, beautiful, stunning place. And on one hand, it's beautiful, but on the other hand, reality sinks in that I'm not free as a Tanaka person to exercise my rights and title in a park without a permit.
So yeah, that's my new reel, and as you can see, it's sort of skewed towards scoring work, and my long-term goal is to kind of get a compilation of some of these like syncs that I've gotten to like TV shows and do like a TV like sync reel, but I guess I kind of think of reels as sort of like it's you got to ask yourself what's the kind of work that you're hoping to get from it, or like what kind of I do think that it is worthwhile to think about a theme with the reel, and in this case it's sort of like, okay, let's take some of these brands that I've worked with and show some of the scoring work I've done. And my original reel, what I took out of it was things that didn't really align with the theme here. So there was like a music video that I did for my band. There was a score that I'd written for like this like mobile app thing called Hopper, which I removed because musically it was just so off-brand from everything else. So this is kind of like I'm just taking like some of the film work I've done and kind of creating like a film reel, so to speak. That was my goal here, to kind of tighten things up. I reposted that on my website yesterday, and I haven't really made any updates to my website other than that. There's probably a few things that I could tighten up with it. Maybe get a new image going on here. But like, I really like to keep things simple, and I don't even really mess about with too much text or anything like that. I just want to get right to the point. So I posted the demo reel here up the top. And then some of the other stuff that I've done that I didn't include in my reel sits right below it. And it's really no frills. It's just like, let's just get right to the point. This is what I do in video form. And if anyone wants to, get any more information, then they could do that here. And it's that simple. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Maybe I should add some stuff here, but I don't know. I got my social links up the top right: Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify. Those are important. And I don't know. Yeah, again, I just like to keep things very stripped back, easy to look at. Thanks, guys. Looks very professional. Thanks. Thanks for sharing your great work, and picture and music are one. Awesome. Oh, thanks, man. Cheers, guys. Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think it'd be cool to have like multiple different reels. I think I'm going to do a TV reel and a scoring reel, but I need a little. It's actually really difficult to get clips from your some of the sync stuff I've done for TV. Like, for example, I know that one of my tracks was synced to this Hallmark show. I think it's this like really cheesy movie. Or sorry, it wasn't even a show. It was a movie. And I know that because the supervisor told me it was. And then I tried to buy the movie so that I could snatch a clip from it where my music was synced. And you can't buy Hallmark movies in Canada. Like, it's restricted. So I need to get like one of those VPN things. Which is silly, but yeah, it was a struggle getting the clip from my last dramedy sync to that show Below Deck. And I think that they're really restrictive about sharing it on YouTube and stuff like that. So I would only be able to share that on my website. Otherwise I might get like a strike or something like that. And yeah, there was a CBS thing, a sports broadcast I got a sync to, but the person who got that for me wasn't able to actually film that specific broadcast, and I don't know if there's a way to go back and get it. So those little things, they get missed, unfortunately, and it's a bit of a struggle to put it together. But that's my next goal, and hopefully there'll be more TV syncs in the next year or so, and I'll put a little reel together for that as well. That'd be cool. Maybe sight in black background, Nicholas. Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, white versus black. I think you could be right. It might look cool. Do that. It's something to try. I think the white background is it almost looks a bit too plain. It's a bit boring. But I think that the reason I did that is my initial website before I changed it to what it looks like today. It was like, it had this it was a very colorful background, and it was like too much to look at. I was like, I think I just need to simplify stuff. But yeah, you could be right. Black background might make more sense. Anyway, I got to get back to work here, my friends. So for those of you in the Academy, I'll post the next challenge very soon. So keep tuned for that. And thank you so much to everyone who participated. I should actually check the Academy quickly to make sure no one sent me a last minute thing. It always happens. Probably be Eric. I'm surprised Eric didn't come into the stream today. Let's see here. No, I don't think so. Okay, so I think I got everybody. Everyone did an amazing job. You guys are all super awesome for partaking in this. Thanks for putting in the hard work, and especially to those of you who had to endure the hassle of like getting a video editor going. And for those of you who have never used a video editor before, I know this was kind of like a tough challenge, but everyone killed it, and as usual, just super impressed. So thank you, and yeah, for everyone out there who's watching. Thanks for supporting this channel and for being just awesome human beings in general. I appreciate you guys. Hope you're enjoying your summer or your winter, depending on where you are in the world. And yeah, I'm out. Okay. Have a great day, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.